Okay, Adam. Going on to our next topic, and a lot of people are kind of iffy about this because it was officially announced that Joss Whedon has exited the Batgirl film that was being supposedly made by DC. Now, a lot of people kind of
Can I just say one thing?
yeah, go ahead.
Just fucking give up already, Warner Brothers and DC. Just fucking throw in the towel.
This is
Stop making fucking shitty movies that nobody wants to see. You can't fucking get anything right. Just fucking reboot it and get somebody who's going to stick with the fucking project.
You just need a better overseer. You really do. I mean, here's the thing. I actually posted a tweet on the GTAS podcast Twitter account.
Yeah.
Where I said, now that I'm just paraphrasing what I said. I can paraphrase myself. Now that Joss Whedon has officially exited the Batgirl franchise, and I put also one franchise that I really wanted to see. Can we stop pretending that this movie was actually going to happen? Like, they can't get Batman right. They can't get a Batman or a Superman movie. You think they're going to put money into a Batgirl film? Yeah. Or the supposed Nightwing film that they're supposedly doing? Like, I think it's just... I wanted to talk about this because I have a lot I wanted to say about it specifically. And Joss Whedon, his tweet said something about, like, I just didn't have a story. But then there's, like, articles and stuff about how he was supposedly working on a certain Batgirl film adapting the $1 million debut of Batgirl in his movie, like from the old school Detective Comics. The first issue where Barbara Gordon decided to make her debut as Batgirl. It's following Batgirl as she helped Batman and Robin take down Killer Moth and his Mothmen. Now let's be real. I mean, Mothmen weren't probably going to happen in this movie.
Yeah, no.
But Joss Whedon is a very creative guy. Say what you will about his thing that he did with Justice League, which, my God, I mean, he's the only reason why that movie was even savable, I believe. He is a real creative guy. I mean, he wrote, I think he did Cabin in the... Much to Do About Nothing, like an adaptation of... Shakespeare.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah.
Is it Much Ado About Nothing?
Much to Do About Nothing. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Okay. He wrote a script in a weekend. You know, he wrote a whole script and he did the movie. I think it's the constraints. I think Justice League. I think DC and Warner Brothers are kind of like strangling these creative guys and saying like a lot of people blame Justice League on Joss Whedon. Like, that dude had an impossible task of coming in there after Zack Snyder left, but apparently there were reports that he got fired from the project. But he came in and did what he could with a budget, and he even was like, I can't finish this movie in the amount of time, you guys got to push this. And they said, no, we want it in 2018. So rumor-wise was because people wanted their bonus checks.
We talked about that.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people are kind of like saying, like, it's weird that Zack Snyder liked the comment that Joss Whedon is exiting Batgirl. Like, he liked his comment, so people are like, is there a feud? I don't know. I'm just going to play like a devil's advocate. A lot of people are sitting there saying, like, yeah, well, you took my job type of thing. I don't think that that's at all. If anything, I'm going to say that Zack Snyder probably was liking it. Like, good, get the fuck out of there while you can. Because
it's a mess.
Yeah, because it's a mess.
Fucking mess.
I think that...
Thank you. Those DC films are fucking garbage.
That's just what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go... Because Zack Snyder doesn't seem like... Say what you will about Batman v Superman, piece of shit. Say what you will about Man of Steel, not very good. But he's never come off as a cynical or a mean-spirited guy who would be like, he's exiting Batgirl. Good. I don't want him messing with the franchise I created. I honestly think that he's just like, yeah, they fired me. they fired me from my job. And
wasn't he always also having personal problems at the time that they booted him?
yeah, which I kind of thought was kind of disturbing because he apparently was fired, but then they kind of said that he stepped away because of his family issues. I mean, he had a horrible family tragedy, and it's kind of disturbing that they would cover it up and say, I mean, I guess it would seem cruel for them to say, yeah, we fired him right after his daughter killed herself.
But that makes perfect sense. Look at the state that the DC film universe is in.
Well, what happened was...
And look who's managing it.
They were not...
think about what they would do.
Yeah, but they were also... What happened was what came out was that half the people wanted him gone, half the people wanted him to stay. But by the time that Batman v Superman had come out, like, he was already in the pre-production of Justice League, so it was kind of too late. Yeah. They were kind of thinking that, people are going to be all about this Batman v Superman movie, and they weren't. And it's not a good movie. It's just so bad. And then there was another issue that was happening was that Joss Whedon's ex-wife was like tweeting out that he was like cheating on her and being unfaithful. And a lot of people know that Joss Whedon is this kind of very... what's the word? I don't want to sit there and say like feminist, but like very pro women, and in his stories, like he likes making strong characters that are female.
I would say that that's somewhat true. Yeah,
maybe like he's definitely pro like feminist. I'm trying to find the right word.
I would say I wouldn't say that he himself is a feminist, but that he himself is not an anti-feminist. You know what I mean?
He's definitely not an anti-feminist. He just, he's very pro-women in his movies. He likes having strong female characters. And so when they announced that he was going to do this Batgirl thing, I was like, okay, I don't know how they're going to do this Batgirl because they can't even get the main foundation of Batgirl down with Batman. How are they going to do this? But, okay, they got Joss Whedon to do it.
Yeah.
Then they moved him over to Justice League. I don't know. I don't think that Joss Whedon is currently going to be employed by any other Warner Brothers. If he does, cool. I mean, I think if you got...
I think the reason he's leaving is probably because he demanded more time for Justice League, and they're like, no, fuck off.
Maybe.
Why would you want to work with somebody who's going to do that? Like,
True.
They give you a half-finished project that's
and
totally
gold
fucked,
out of it.
And they're like, we need you to salvage this, and it also to be done in an unreasonable amount of time and to make money.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of... We don't know 100% if he's leaving DC and Warner Brothers in like a bad term, but he definitely said he's exiting the project.
Yeah,
for sure. But so it never really has it's never really a good sign when shit like that happens.